New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. A Kentucky high school superintendent is issuing an apology after photos were posted on social media, seemingly showing students giving a lap dance to staff, among other inappropriate behaviors. Sandra Combs, the superintendent of Hazard Independent School District, confirmed in a statement that appropriate disciplinary actions have been taken following the investigation of the homecoming events at Hazard High School. Quote, "Our district would like to apologize for the activity that has been portrayed in the media and we regret how this has unfolded. This is not the type of event that typically occurs here at Hazard High School, and we are sincerely regret any embarrassment this has caused our school community." Governor Andy Bashir also responded in the incident, calling it totally unacceptable, as he urged the school district to take appropriate actions and ensure that this will never happen again. Quote, "There's another thing that they need to do. They need to be talking to these students so that this isn't something that's normalized in their minds that they think is okay at school. We just want to make sure that we're raising our kids right about what is and what is not acceptable, especially in the world that we live in. And our public schools are better than this." The photo in question were first shared on Hazard High School's athletic Facebook page. Though they have since been deleted from the page, Twitter users were able to obtain them. The images were taken during the Man Pageant and Costume Day on Tuesday at Hazard High as part of their Homecoming Week festivals. In one shot, a student is seen wearing red underclothes while straddling a seated male staff member, seemingly giving him a lap dance. Another image showed a male student squatting in front of a seated staffer and touching his stomach, while another picture captured a student bending over in front of who appeared to be a Hazard High School principal, Donald Happy Mobilin, who is the mayor of Perry County City. Other photos that were taken down reportedly showed female students dressed up in Hooters outfits and students and staffers appearing to spank each other with a paddle. After the images were posted, some parents voiced their complaints on social media and with the local media. Mother wrote, "As a mother myself, I wouldn't want my son involved in such actions." Another mother wrote that she found the pageant images demeaning in other ways. Another mom, by the name of Gina Smith, stated that the adults should have taken action once they realized kids were taking off their clothes. Quote, "I think that they should have at this point said, quote, hey, I know this is a joke, but let me stop. This is inappropriate." All right, now pay attention. This is the whole flip side, right? Other parents defended the principal, who did not immediately respond for a comment, and the students argued that they were just having fun during homecoming week. Quote, "This situation at Hazard High School has been taken so far out of context, it's ridiculous. The principal has done so much for our school and for the kids and community. He makes sure no kids are ever left out. Hazard is a great school, and we are glad that our kids went/go there." One mom named Holly Lane agreed with the previous parent and stated that only photos being shown on the internet, no video. "The photos don't show the teachers pushing the children off of them. If everybody is perfect, then I would say, yeah, maybe we do need to rethink something. But until somebody can prove that something is going on here, other than just homecoming week and teenagers being teenagers, then I will support my kids." Technically, for all intents and purposes, nothing I can say, right? Now, on one hand, I could sit up there and say, like, yo, the teachers, the principals, the adults, they should have taken control of the situation. They should have did this, that, and third. And you have other parents out there that are like, yo, this is inappropriate, all this other stuff. But then you got the whole other group of parents that are like, yo, there's nothing wrong here. There's only photos. Like there's no videos. There's two halves to every single story. So up until we got more evidence, then the photos are what they are. It's just kids being kids. It's teenagers doing what teenagers like to sit up there and do, right? So by all means, go ahead and go completely, and directly with that logic. That then, means that if anything is to take place, directly after this, meaning a relationship that should not be taking place, right? If that is to take place later on, you can just go completely back to this article. Anybody can. And just remember that you got a certain group of parents that feel that, this is just teenagers being teenagers and doing what it is that they want to sit up there and do. Meaning that, they're completely fine and dandy, that they're the ones that are actively, seeking these type of engagements and these reactions, from the older, generation that are overseeing, the schools and different things like that. Like I said, and people wonder why it is that you have a lot of these relationships and different things like that going on within these schools. It's because you got a lot of parents that are like, yo, it is what it is. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, how is that even the type of logic that should even be allowed? Matter of fact, my greater question is, if you had students doing this, where are the fathers to actually speak out on this topic and on this subject, about their kids, performing, a lot of these things that were described in the article? Where are the parents? I mean, sorry, where are the fathers to directly speak out, against any of that? Because I can promise you, a father's not going to sit up there and say, "Oh, it is what it is." It's just teenagers. No, it's going to be a problem. He's going to be showing up to that school. It's going to be words, right? But when you go through the article, you didn't hear anything about fathers, and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting." Normally, at any given point in time, people would normally say, "Oh, we're the fathers." If it dealt with a black story, right? People would automatically come through and they'd be like, "Oh, but where are the fathers this and where are the fathers that and where are the fathers this and this is what happens when you don't." But whenever you have stories like this and it deals with a whole another ethnicity, it deals with a whole other community, magically people don't have that same out. Magically, people are not trying to make an inquiry about, where are those fathers? Where are the men in those communities? How come they're not protecting those kids? How come they're, that nobody has their mouth open? But like I said before, this is America and this is how it works. It's always great and it's always good to deflect and always focus on black people and what it is that they are doing within their community and all the things that's going wrong. But the moment in time that things are going wrong in all of these other communities, people are like, no, 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 don't need to focus here. We got this. The black community needs to, focus on their stuff. Everybody needs to focus on them because, they can't get anything and all this other stuff and they can't do right and they can't get right and da 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 da. Like I said before, this is a culture that within your own community, admittedly, you guys allow this. So therefore, this is why your kids, this is why the teachers that are there actively seek engagements with one another, because there is such a gray area instead of a defined line as what is okay and what is not. This is why everything is all over the place in your community. This is exactly why these engagements keep happening over and over and over and over and over again, because nobody in that community is 100% putting their foot down. None of these teachers or these principals are really, in a sense, ever, technically getting prosecuted, meaning that they're not really receiving anything where it's going to scare somebody from basically doing it. It's just pretty much a slap on the wrist, ankle monitor. You got to register. You got to pay a fine. That's pretty much it. You can no longer teach. But yeah, I promise you they're going to be right back out there doing the exact same thing and getting caught for a second and a third time. But I digress, because obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. Good luck. Have fun. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the story and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.